Netflix is never afraid to push the boundaries of what they're going to show on their streaming service. That's why they're the biggest streamer out there in the world right now. Sorry, Disney+. But what no one could have expected was the arrival and impact and fan love for the show known as Bridgerton. This show broke records at Netflix in no time flat and got a lot of people talking with its, steamy scenes. Let's leave it at that. But with so many people loving it, all eyes now are glued to the potential that Season 2 may bring. So with that in mind, allow us to show you 7 things to expect in Bridgerton Season 2. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 7. Season 2 has been confirmed by Netflix. The hardest thing about a show like Bridgerton is that after the binge watch is over, there's the curiosity and wonder and hope that there will be another season. To be clear though, it wasn't just the fans who were eager for a confirmation, the cast were dying to know as well. Nikolai Coughlan, Dairy Girls, who plays everyone's favorite, Penelope Featherington, told Variety, "We all really hope that Bridgerton will be renewed. It's a real joy to make, and the response has been beyond our wildest dreams. But until the Netflix gods come down and bless us, we don't know." Industry schedule resource Production Weekly listed Bridgerton 2 for production in March 2021. So hopes were high, and indeed those hopes were rewarded, as the show was indeed renewed for a second season. The announcement came in the form of a letter written by the character Lady Whistledown, who is essentially the gossip columnist of the show. "Dear readers," Lady Whistledown wrote, "the ton are abuzz with the latest gossip, and so it is my honor to impart to you, Bridgerton shall officially return for a second season. I do hope you've stored a bottle of ratafia for this most delightful occasion." The announcement also pointed out that production will begin this spring and that Lord Anthony Bridgerton, played by Jonathan Bailey, will dominate the social season. There are 8 books in the series, with Season 1 of the show mostly drawing from the first book, The Duke and I. So there's plenty more of the Bridgerton family story to be told. And now that Season 2 has been confirmed to be happening, fans will have a lot to be happy for. Though to be fair, given the records that Bridgerton was a record breaker in all the ways that mattered, not to mention all the social media talk about the show, for Netflix to not renew the show would have been foolish at best. But now that we know the second season is a go, what will be in it? Number 6. The new owner of Featherington Estate. The Bridgerton finale was full of many things, including the death of Lord Featherington, who was apparently killed after his nasty gambling addiction goes sideways, though that may not be exactly true. Either way, it complicates things for the Featherington family. After all, Bridgerton very much operates on the pretenses of the time period, and that means Lady Featherington cannot hold the estate alone, and that's what led to a major plot thread for Season 2. In the finale, Lady Featherington is handed a piece of paper regarding who would inherit the estate, and her facial expression made it clear that she was not elated by the new man of the house. We expect big changes for the Featherington estate, but just what that will be is a solid question mark. Who made her have such a reaction? What will come from them running the place? What will Lady Featherington do to try and reclaim her life, if that's even possible? This is just one question to be answered, and yet it might be the most important one because of the ripple effect it could cause across the whole series. Number 5. Production issues. The first season Bridgerton was being filmed in late 2019 and early 2020. There was no pandemic to speak of in the areas of their filming. But by February 2020, when things were wrapping up, that's when everything skidded to a halt. They were able to get through because of luck and timing though, which is why the release went through. What does this mean for Season 2? Well, as noted earlier, it seems as though production could start in this current month, which could mean that by that time, the various restrictions and guidelines could be lessened due to the various vaccines being distributed more numerously at the time. But that's not a guarantee. As recent times have shown, there's a surge of infections happening both in the US and all over the world. Until the vaccine is distributed in a more steady way, it's unclear how it'll affect production. As such, fans should expect Bridgerton Season 2 to go and release in 2022 at some point. But at what point exactly will depend on whether there are any troubles with filming along the way. Number 4. Anthony and Sienna. Getting back to the plots of the show itself, Daphne's eldest brother, Anthony Bridgerton, had a major story arc in Season 1 all around. He started as a protective older brother character, but evolved into a key part of the social season's drama and scandal. By the end of the season, Anthony had taken part in a secret love affair with Sienna that ends in tears when she decides to break things off with him due to their differing social standings. It was a sad ending for Anthony, but Season 2 could be a major step into the spotlight for the eldest Bridgerton. As noted before via the Gossip Queen, Anthony will dominate the season in regards to Season 2. In this context, we'd imagine that things between these two might not exactly be over. Nikolai Coughlin, Penelope, told Variety that's what she hopes to see, saying, "If it goes the way the books go, logically season 2 would be more about Anthony Bridgerton's story, and I'd love that, because it would make the show so fresh and a totally different perspective. Anthony's such a different character to Daphne. But how will his relationship with Sienna go down if it goes down at all? And if he doesn't get with Sienna, who will win him over? Or who will he be forced to win over?" The first season proved that sometimes the person you're meant to be with is right in front of you and you don't realize it. So perhaps Anthony will go on a journey of discovery in order to find his love, or he'll realize that Sienna truly is his love and fight to get her back regardless of social standing. We'll have to wait and see. Number 3. Marina and Philip. Season 1 was no stroll through the park for the character Marina, and moving forward it's very likely that Bridgerton will continue her storyline, because there's a lot going on there that needs to be seen through. The finale saw Marina being offered marriage by the brother of George Crane, Sir Philip, who does somewhat of a pity proposal to Marina after George fathered her soon-to-be firstborn and then died in battle. Not the best love situation all around, wouldn't you say? Marina's last-minute marriage was abrupt, and we still don't know much about who Sir Philip is and if his intentions with her are pure. She supposedly has a nice place to stay and raise her child, but will his storyline turn out to be a daydream or a nightmare for the young lady? While Anthony may dominate Season 2, the other characters still have a role to play, and Marina's fate is something that many fans are indeed curious about. Number 2. Daphne and Simon. The majority of the first season of Bridgerton focused on the intense and passionate love story of Simon Bassett and Daphne Bridgerton, as their friendship blossomed into love for one another and later a marriage and fiery honeymoon. One that many fans talked about, as you can imagine, and eventually having a child together. With the second season being more about Lord Anthony, it's likely that these two will take a back seat and just have a supporting role. Daphne and Anthony will no doubt interact as their family, but what role she'll play is a bit up in the air. Though we can imagine that their romance and new station as parents will influence the family in various ways. Number 1. 8 books, 8 seasons? As we've noted, there are a large series of books in the Bridgerton line, and one has to wonder just how long it could go on. Showrunner Chris Van Dusen told The Wrap, "There are 8 books. They are about 8 siblings. And in success, I would love to be able to explore stories and romances for every Bridgerton sibling. Of course I'd love to be able to do that." With Season 2 now confirmed, things are likely to progress with each season being about a different book. Will they be able to maintain that level of quality and keep fans in love with the characters and their passionate stories? They're off to a good start, and they clearly know what works and gets fans talking. So at present, it would seem that could be something they could do. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at Bridgerton Season 2 and everything that it's likely to offer its fans when it finally arrives? Are you excited for Season 2 of Bridgerton? With its shift in focus and the stories that may come from it, what do you personally expect to see? Do you think the series will be able to maintain its quality and do a season for all the books? Let us know in the comments below, be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.